Next item on the agenda is the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Randle-El, would you be so kind?
Father God, we thank you for your grace, your mercy, Lord, that has carried us this far, Lord. We thank you for your protection, Lord. Lord, we thank you for continuing to lead and guide us, Lord. As we are here today, we ask that you would continue to do so, Lord. Lord, we ask that you would help us come against any confusion or distractions, Lord. And as we do so in your mighty name, for your glory, not our fame, Lord, but for your glory. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next on the agenda is aldermanic announcements. Aldermanic announcements will be limited to 3 minutes. The chair will start with the first ward.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to keep it short today, only because I'm feeling a little under the weather. But I want to let everyone know that we are having a November 2nd ward meeting. It is going to be at Lord of Mercy, which is formerly known as St. John's, on Saturday at 11:30. Lunch will be served. Everyone's welcome to attend. Lunch will be served. We're going to have Catholic charities outreach to the community. This is something we're going to implement. Mayor Clark and myself had a meeting with Catholic charities and the representatives from Lord of Mercy. And every Monday nights, starting from November 4th to whenever, Lord of Mercy will be hosting a free dinner. Well, Catholic Charities will. They'll be held at Lord of Mercy, which is 15801 Emerald in Harvey. So this is a wonderful opportunity where neighbors can come together. It's not based on income or need, more or less fellowship. So everyone is welcome. But of course, if you know a neighbor that could use a meal, please bring them or inform them about it. But I think it's a really good partnership. I know the mayor was really enthusiastic along with myself. I'm honored that it would be hosted in the first ward. There's amp parking and the parking lot is lit. So it will be starting at 5 o'clock. I'm not quite sure what the menu will be. What else is happening? A lot of activities in the first ward. We have a couple of the groups doing ward cleanups. So if you happen to be in the ward and you are doing a ward cleanup, please reach out to me. I'll be eager to help out. And I thank everyone for allowing me this opportunity. And be safe this Halloween, and remember to turn back your clocks this Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, the chair recognizes the second ward.
Thank you, Mayor. I first want to extend my kindest regards to the families affected on yesterday on 155th and Center here in the second ward. They faced a house fire. I had the opportunity to speak to some of those families, and I'm looking forward to supporting you as best as possible through this time. So my prayers are with you all. Our next second ward meeting is scheduled this Saturday, November the 2nd, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 15446 South Lexington, and our second ward office at Transformation United Methodist Church. At our meeting, I want to thank Ms. Dooley, she's a public affairs specialist here tonight from the Small Business Administration, for coming out to tonight's council meeting to share information about the disaster loan, that's available for victims affected by the flooding this past July 2024. I want to give everyone a reminder that democracy is ahead of us. We have just 8 days until the election. And so make certain that you know your voting place, your precinct, and voting again is on Tuesday, November the 5th. Again, that's just in 8 days. Early voting currently is going on now at the Gloria Taylor Center, South Suburban College, Markham Courthouse, and many other places. I want to give a kudos to the Streets Department for your services within the fall cleanup. And per Webster, the civil rights are the rights that citizens have to equal protection under the law and equal opportunities regardless of their personal characteristics. Through continued advocacy and education, we can strengthen our civil rights protections and promote social justice. City of Harvey, civil rights is just always right, simply. I want to thank each and every one of you for your amazing support, your care, your concern, but most importantly, your love. I felt every bit of it, and I appreciate you all, and we will continue to share out information and put our residents first to ensure that we're focused on the issues that are at hand and the positives as well. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, and Godspeed on everything. Thank you.
And next, the chair recognizes the fourth ward.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm sorry I was trying to remember what I was going to about. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. For some reason, my mic never really works like it should, but I just want to first off by acknowledging, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Even though we're at the end of the month, this is 28th, we didn't have a meeting through the beginning of the month, and I don't know how many people here that lost somebody to breast cancer, but I lost my auntie and 2 cousins to breast cancer. So I ask that everybody try to be out and get as much screening, get screening, get tested to see just where you stand at. This is a very serious situation, and for when it comes to men, if men are not aware that men can catch breast cancer too. I went to the doctor for screening for tests, and my insurance didn't cover it. So if you want to get tested, I don't know how it works with the women, but when it comes to the man, your insurance doesn't cover it. Well, it depends on what insurance you have. So it's a different situation for the men, but men do catch it too. But I just want to, give out my condolences to everybody that lost somebody to breast cancer and continue in the fight. I want to thank the street department for the job they did cleaning up the 4th ward and the 2nd ward on October 15, 16, and 17. They did a really good job. Hopefully everybody was taking advantage of it and not putting stuff on out after the date and have it sitting there. This is an opportunity for great people to put things on out. It eliminates somewhat of the dumping issues that we be having. So if you were able to take advantage of it, but if you weren't, I guess we'll have to wait until the fall comes again. So with that being said, I want to advise all the residents to take advantage of this good weather that God has blessed us with. To my understanding, Tuesday and Wednesday is supposed to get up to like 80 degrees. The leaves haven't started falling off the trees yet. We had 2 years where I done had to shovel my stove once or twice. We have truly been blessed. But Brother Hawk is always around the corner, so you never know what's going to really happen. So I just advise everybody, get your car tuned up, keep a gas can in your car, have some battery cables, an air compressor that works through the lighting, seal your windows, things like that. Start your snowblower. Don't wait till it snows and then figure it's going to start on up. Start it up now on a nice day. Take advantage of that and be prepared for this winter. That's just God's gift that He's given us to be prepared. So That's all I really can say. We can just do it or not. And we'll be having a public safety meeting. Me and all the person, Colby Chapman,
Go ahead, Alder.
okay, on November 20th, 2024. It'll be 6:30, 8 p.m. I got some flyers for the public safety meeting. I encourage everyone to come on out. I guess do it for
Thank you. I want you to at least finish your statement. Next, the chair recognizes the third ward.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to let everyone be mindful of the upcoming holidays, to check on our elderly. Those that may not even have family to come by and visit, check on them and make sure they are doing well, because, you know, they sometimes are alone, so make sure you check on them. Also, if any conflict you may have with your family, make sure this is the time to bond, because everybody's not here tomorrow. Some here today and some not here tomorrow, so appreciate those who make it. I do want to send a big shout out to the street department. They did do a very well job of cleaning up, as well as the city. I appreciate you employees, the hard work you put in every day. I know it's a lot to do with so little bit of resources. We're having to do what we need to do, but I want you guys to know you are appreciated, okay? Love you to the fullest. That's all for me. Have a great time.
Thank you. Chair recognizes the fifth ward.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Come on, y'all. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Y'all know I don't say it just to say it. I want to hear something.
We ain't supposed to say nothing.
Once again, I would like to thank God for this opportunity to serve. I don't do it for me, and I don't take the opportunity lightly. I'm proud to work with everyone here. I think we're doing some amazing things. I know when residents are able to see that as well. I want to thank everybody, including the chief of police, especially the chief of police, and then Rick Sutter. Now, with that being said, we're doing something good right here in the fifth, our senior assist program. Now's the time, if you have or know a senior, or if you have a young man that you would like to take part in this, we want to help our seniors with snow. We're trying to prepare for that now. I get that a lot with seniors, and normally either myself or my brother or my dad are trying to go out and help them. But this would be a great time if you have a young person at home playing video games, to take an opportunity to join in. They will get a little change. It's not paid for by the city, but whenever I go, seniors will always say, well, you know, here goes $20. It ain't that I can't pay for it. It's just I can't find nobody. And so we want to start connecting those resources so they can have some type of assistance over the winter, and I'm starting to do that now. I think I done said it all. Oh, if y'all going out for Halloween, go early. I think everybody can get that already. But if you're going, go early. We have a lot of great churches in here that you can connect with too, that may be doing something. Try to do that. That's a safer route than sending your kids out. And just have fun, but check that candy. We don't want nothing happening. That's it for me. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Alderman. Next item on the agenda is 5, executive session. There is none. Next would be 6, return to open session. As there was no number 5, there's no number 6. Next would be number 7, approval of minutes dated August, 7A, approval of minutes dated August 26, 2024. The chair will entertain a motion. We have a motion by the first, the second by the third.
Mayor.
Chair recognizes the second ward.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, may I please request that the August 26 minutes be amended, because based on the voted amendment on Monday, September 9th, we voted to approve the reason in the minutes to reflect the reason for public removal. So I'd ask that we table this to the next council meeting to allow for that update to be made by the clerk's office.
Is that a motion to table?
Yes.
Second.
There's a motion to table, the minutes dated August 26, 2024. And there's a second by the fourth ward. Hold on one second. Chair recognizes the first ward.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. While I respect the opinion, but the votes were already cast to approve the minutes on August 26th.
Okay, well, unfortunately, first word is correct. So I was out of order. So that motion will not be accepted because the votes were already cast for 7A.
Point of order, man.
Chair recognizes the fourth ward.
I clicked no on mine. It says vote locked. It doesn't show. It's showing like I agreed to vote when I press no.
Point of order. It's locked in. She didn't show.
So there's a timer of 10 seconds. When there's no vote noted within that time, it does say that there was no vote by that alder person. However, I have not tallied, so I can put no to reflect on the vote for you.
Thank you.
Point of parliamentary inquiry.
I have to. This is approved.
Mayor, I have a point of parliamentary inquiry, please.
1 second.
Thank you.
The chair recognizes the second word, sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. As I understand it, and please advise me if I'm ill-stated, there was a main motion, there was a second, there was a discussion. I motioned for a table following the vote. Isn't it that the incidental motion is recognized after the main motion has been presented?
Well, from what I understand, according to the first ward, according to the clerk, the vote had already been taken. That's the reason why.
So did the motion need to be stated right after you said a motion in the second? Is that what
Well,
we?
I had already called for the vote, and then you said what you said, and I recognized you, if I'm correct. So, but either way, the chair has made the decision as far as that's concerned. From my understanding, the first ward alder person is correct in the assessment of how things took place, and so we're going to proceed forward with that.
Just for the record, so there is a vote, I'm sorry, the resolution is stated, there was a vote that opened up the floor for discussion, and I called for a point of order or a parliamentary inquiry, I called for a point of order to make a motion to table, and then I received a second. So my question in that, is that not the proper way of the Roberts Rule of Order?
Tell you what we can do, in order to satisfy the second ward, we can go ahead and take a vote on whether to table.
Thank
Even though the chairman leaves it, it would be out of order. We can go ahead and we can take that vote. But we can.
Mayor, they need to make a motion to rescind
Point of order.
The chair recognizes the first ward.
I understand as far as the rescinding, and you may agree with that. But originally, you go back and look at the tapes, you asked for a motion and a second. I motioned and for a second. Then you went into the voting, and we voted at the same time we started the voting. That is when Alder Chapman did her motion. So it was after that fact, but I do respect that and I do honor that. So if I need to rescind my motion, I would be willing to do so.
Well, what will happen there is the next motion will be a motion to rescind and table. Okay. So if the motion to rescind and table passes, then that's what we end up doing. If it does not pass, then we keep what we have right now. The past voting stands. Okay. So we had so we had a motion by the second and a second by the fourth. Right. And so then everyone will need to cast their votes. We're in the middle of the vote. But seeing
The last I'm reading is wrong. It's a vote for sending the approval of minutes. August 20th, 2024.
it's supposed to be August 26, actually.
But my point is, your motion and your second was not for this. That's not what the motion was for.
There's a subsequent motion. There was the approval, now you're making the motion to rescind that approval and table.
But, so we still hold their motion and their second, and this applies to this. That's what we're saying?
Yes.
It's a separate motion.
Yes, this is a motion to rescind it and table. So if this motion passes, then we rescind and table. If this motion does not pass, then we stand with the previous vote to approve, which passed. Everyone understand? So, we are abstaining again, and we are tabling again.
Yes.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is 7B, motion to approval of minutes dated September 9, 2024. The chair will entertain a motion to approve. A motion by the third and a second by the first. You can go ahead and cast your votes. Okay, the motion carries. Next item on the agenda is 8A, approval of bills for payment August 26, 2024. Is there a recommendation by the acting chair of the Finance Committee?
Motion to approve.
Hearing the recommendation from the acting chair of the Finance Committee, we have a motion by the third, and second by the fifth. Is there any debate?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes.
Chair recognizes the second ward.
Thank you, Mayor. As stated to the Finance Committee, the debate piece is that we're on the behalf of the residents and speaking for the behalf of the residents. It is the request that the Finance Committee meeting be held outside of our regular.
Excuse me, this is a debate. So the debate is not for the injection of another suggestion and or motion. It is to take a position on whether you would like to vote to support or whether you would vote against.
Thank you, Mayor. The debate is simply that, is that we are not having an opportunity to entirely process or have a full discussion of this particular bill space today. There was no conversation or question that could have been met with a statement or solution to any of the questions that I asked. And that's needed in order to effectively understand some of the line items on the bills list. So the debate is that we can't thoroughly approve the bill set before us because we're not having enough time to discuss during the Finance Committee meeting specific questions.
Point of order.
What is the point of order?
But no, I want a debate. I want a debate what she has said.
Well, Chair, then next, you were, first of all, not next. The fourth ward was next, and then after that would be, Chair recognizes the fourth ward.
Thank you, Mayor. My question is for.
It's not a question, this is not a question and answer, this is a debate on what position we're taking on whether to accept or reject the motion to approve.
Okay, Mayor, I sent you an email, and I said, in your reply, my email was, will the bills list continue to be motion to approve if during the finance meeting, if there are questions and concerns that need to be answered, then I recommended by the finance chairperson to address the mayor for the answer, which cannot be done before the city council be allowed to be voted on. Your answer was, this is a general request and not pertaining to any specific item, agenda item. Please see the finance committee chairperson. So if I can't ask a question, I just feel personally that if there are any questions, that there's any type of bills that cannot be answered by the chairperson, and they refer to the mayor, and the mayor was not able to answer the questions, it should never be put on the agenda to be voted on if we're not clear on our understanding on what we're doing.
And so you have the right to vote yes or vote no. And your vote will reflect.
Just let people know, I'm fine.
Just so your vote will reflect that. The chair recognizes the first ward.
Thank you. Each committee is appointed a chairperson and a co-chair. Each committee has the autonomy to go over and suggest what we would like to vote on. Out of respect, I am respecting the colleagues of the Finance Committee that did their due diligence to win through whether my questions, individuals' questions were answered or not. So therefore, if I feel at any time my questions were not fully answered, I have the prerogative as an alderman to vote yes or vote no. So I think we should move forward because like any other alderman sitting at this council meeting, we too have that authority. And we too respect each chairman and co-chair for each of the individual committees. And these two individuals did their due diligence. I am confident of that. And whether they did or did not, it is my belief that they did. So therefore, I am respecting their opinion. And thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes the fifth ward.
I addressed this issue at the Finance Committee meeting with Alderwoman Chapman. If you have a finance question, that does not go to the mayor. It goes to a member of the Finance Committee, and it actually goes to the chairperson and flows down, as in you were to send something to me, I've put in 10 of them, I'm gonna say, can you take these 3 right here and figure out, we gotta know how to do things in order to get what we want. That is a finance question, it goes to the finance committee, and I, just like the mayor asked, I asked you to send them ahead of time so that I can get you the answer that you want.
Point of information.
Thank you,
We're
sir.
in the middle of debate, and that would be out of order. Is there any other debate?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to respond.
Well, no, this is not a call and response. There's only one member left that can debate, and we're recognizing that one and asking if she wants to debate. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mayor, my question wasn't answered. I can't say anything about it. I didn't get an answer.
You have the ability to vote yes or no. Alderwoman Smith, because we've already heard 4 debates, do you have anything to add to the debate?
Nothing more than, as Chair Randle-El, he did mention to Alderwoman Colby, if you had any questions, let us know. He did say that.
So, which,
Mayor, I'm sorry.
we are moving forward with the vote. We have had debate, we're moving forward with the vote. So we have a motion by the 3rd, a second by the 5th. There's been a recommendation from the Finance Committee. You may cast your votes. Motion carries. Next item is 8B. Approval of bills for payment on October 14, 2024. The chair would entertain a motion to approve. There's a motion by the 3rd, a second by the 5th. But beforehand, before we continue with that, is there a recommendation by the Finance Committee?
Motion to approve.
There we go. So there's a motion by the 3rd, a second by the 5th. Is there any debate?
Yes, Mayor.
Chair recognizes the second one.
We completed these 2 bills lists because October 28th was not a part of the packet in about 17 minutes. And colleagues, while I do agree with your judgment, I think we need some additional oversight. I did send some email questions in this past Friday, and I was directed to ask those questions at the Finance Committee meeting. Unfortunately, I was not able to receive rebuttal. And so tonight, as we go into this vote, there is a charge on the bills list for Anchor Heavy Civil. And their work is totaling over about $100,000 for the labor, equipment, and material for the Roby Avenue storm pipe replacement. And my debate is it has not been made aware to me specifically if this is an additional project or the one that's being voted on legislatively tonight. So I can't make an effective decision without knowing where this particular project stands. Is this a second portion of Anchor Heavy Civil? Are they completing? And then furthermore, with Anchor Heavy Civil, what I did not see detailed were at least 3 bids. And as mentioned, this is tallying over $100,000. And for very good use, right, for the Roby Avenue storm pipe replacement. But because I did not see that document or additional documents in the packet from other bidders, I want to just ensure that we're following the correct process of approval before moving forward. And if we got the absolute bang for our buck, because we know we're in a financial deficit.
Chair recognizes, you have to point of order in debate, and just, so you recognize, Chair recognizes the first word.
Thank you. Since 1980, when we went into an automatic form of government and instruct the mayoral leadership, since 1981, these committees have been established. There was no oversight by another member of another colleague. There was always a chairperson. There was always the assistant chair and co-chair and one additional member. With that being said, once again, if any other elected official, alderman, or alderperson, has any questions, and they do not feel that their question is not answered properly, the answer remains you have the option of voting yes or no. So there are no other committees that have any other oversight as suggested. And if we were going to implement that, then we would need to implement every other committee to have oversight. And by that time, this would no longer be able to legislate. We would basically get committees did. So I think.
Point of order.
Chair recognizes the fourth word.
Thank you, Mayor. Following your instructions, Mayor, to contact the Finance Committee Chair. This was on the 25th. If the chairman, the Finance Chairman, which is Alderman Tyrone Rogers from the 6th Ward, was not going to be present, I should have received an email saying that whoever was going to be the second chairperson, whoever was going to represent the situation in proper time, so I can send you the information with my questions before the meeting. How was I supposed to know until I got here that Alderman Rogers wasn't even going to be here?
Did you send it to them?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Did I have to?
Hold on.
Did I have to? How was I supposed to know this?
Let's get some more.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Whoa, we're doing a real good job here, guys.
No, I'm just.
Right, no, just give me a minute.
I'm cool.
Just want to break it down.
I'm down.
And we've been doing a real good job so far. So let's try to keep it there.
Can I finish?
Okay? Give me a second. Let's just try to keep it there, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Would you please continue?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to set an example and to the residents to know how it is to talk calm, to be humble. To my understanding, if I have a question about anything pertaining to the committees, if I'm an alderman and I call the other alderman from the 6th Ward and then copy the backup chairman, which is also an alderman, wouldn't that be a violation of the Open Meetings Act since it's 3 people talking about city business?
Alderman, first of all, that is totally irrelevant to the debate. The debate before.
Well, he just said that I didn't email him, so now we can email 2 or 3 different.
Alderman.
I just want to know.
Alderman,
Okay.
the question is out of order. If you have something else you'd like to add to whether you would vote yes or no, the chair is open and to give you the floor for that.
Just thank you for giving me the opportunity to halfway speak.
Thank you. Chair recognizes the 5th Ward.
I want to apologize for being out of order. That's not normally how I conduct myself. I just a little upset because I know how hard I've tried to get this right. I know I'm still out of order, but I'm not in the right to listen. It's frustrating to me because it's common sense. Tyrone gets it. You send it to one person, he is the chair. And then he, because he knows he ain't gonna be here, would then forward the email to me, say, can you take care of this? That's simple. It's not rocket science, what we do.
Point of order, I'd like to call for the orders
Your
of the
sister
day.
is the squatter on my block, sir.
Sorry.
Mr. Clark. His sister is the squatter, my brother, well, he ain't so responsible. We have these public comments, I go home, I got it. Sister is the squatter, the dog coming out shooting my son. His sister. You know it too. Yeah, now I can't even
the duty of the council member to read and understand the council packet before the meeting. The council member has a week prior to the meeting to raise questions. Just for the record, the packet came out the previous Monday, and even though I think that those questions were sent to the wrong person, I didn't receive those questions until Friday at 3 o'clock, and I did respond to them. What I'll do, because so we have a motion and a second, a motion by the third. And a second, we're ending the debate, the motion by the second, and the second by, motion by the third, the second by the fifth. So the members may cast their vote. Motion carries. Next item is the approval of ordinances and resolutions for the city of Harvey. 9A, old business, 9B1. Prior to, excuse me. Prior to moving into the ordinances under new business, the chair, first of all, this is a pretty lengthy agenda. So in order to try to shorten the agenda and shorten the meeting, the chair would call for a motion for an omnibus vote. What that means is that if we do an omnibus vote, then we would be voting on numbers. The motion would be a motion to omnibus vote for number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 under new business. And if that vote passes, then we will have voted on all of those at the same time. Does everyone understand?
Point of order.
The chair recognizes the fourth ward.
Mayor, with all due respect, all of these are different resolutions, so there are different opinions on each one. How are we gonna automatically take one to vote on all 10 of them?
Well, that's why we're calling for, that's why we're gonna call for an omnibus vote. If the omnibus vote fails, then that's fine.
Why would we be given the opportunity of doing it instead of following an order? It should have been, why wasn't it just one resolution period, including all 10 of them?
So, once again, yes.
Yeah, just really quick, the consent agenda.
No, please.
I have the big mic. Anyway, a consent agenda is not uncommon. There's a lot of different municipalities do it. You can have a batch of items. Now, here's what I was telling you.
Can we please,
Yeah,
whomever it is,
appreciate
the
it.
audience that does that, allow them to speak, please. Thank you.
In any event, this has been done. You do not have to do it. If it has to have a consent agenda to accelerate everything, it has to be a unanimous vote. So if you choose not, if you don't think that's a good idea because you think each item should be debated, you can vote no. And then that defeats the motion.
Can I still finish?
Chair recognizes the,
That's all I have to say.
Chair recognizes the fourth ward.
I'm your legal counsel, I understand, but this sounds, in my opinion, that I'm setting myself up for failure because whatever I vote for, a majority of the votes is still going to be overruled.
You have, first of all, the chair, the attorney has explained it and given.
Okay, thank you.
But you have the vote to vote yes or no. The chair recognizes the second one.
Thank you, Mayor. We, Alderperson, we haven't had a meeting since Monday, September the 9th.
Thank you.
And with that in mind, and the versatility of our agenda, we start meetings to ensure that the constituency has full knowledge and understanding from a transparent lens on
So-
what actually is being.
So excuse me.
Point of order.
And I got
Excuse
to
me.
rescind.
Hold on. First of all, the chair is calling for a motion for an omnibus vote on numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just bear with me. 9, 10. First of all, we need to find if there is a motion for that, because we don't even have that yet. And there may not be a motion for it. So if there is no motion, we're not even, the rest of it is irrelevant. So, that would be the first question. I have no clue. Hold
Mayor, if I may.
on. No, hold on one second.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
First of all, there's a motion to adjourn. So, to that, this is going to be fun. We're going to have your voice call roll. I don't know if you can get that in fast enough, Madam Clerk.
Mayor, if I may, while our deputy clerk is completing that.
No, chair is not recognized in the second.
Thank you.
No, I'm saying you're going to, unless you already have already said.
Okay.
You already have it said? Okay, we have a, well, no, just call it right. We have a motion by the fourth and a second by the second to adjourn. So just call the roll.
Alderperson Drurinski?
No.
Alderperson Colby, Alderperson Chapman?
Yes.
Alderperson Smith?
No.
Alderperson Key?
Yes.
Alderperson Randle-El?
No.
Motion fails.
Motion fails, okay. So hopefully we can get back to the business of, first of all, without having the clerk even go through the work of doing so. Is there anyone who would like to make a voice motion on the motion to, what is, for an omnibus vote?
How about to, that's right. I like to make.
Okay, so we have,
I don't know if they actually understood what you were saying, Mayor. So you were saying for the sake of time, because, you know, we do have our city officials here who are here a lot of hours. I understand you guys did, but some people may have to go to work tonight, and some people may have other things to do. We have families who miss volleyball games, ball games, and all that, and we do this quite a bit. And I know we have not had a meeting for quite some while, but for the sake of time, what difference if it were made for us to go to every single one of them and take?
so what happened,
Then,
Madam, wait, hold on.
then,
Hold on.
If I
Hold on. Hold on.
Point of information and order.
Second.
Is there anyone, like I said, are you making a motion to approve an omnibus vote?
yes,
Okay, it's for numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
yes.
So there is a motion by the Third, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second by the fifth. Okay. You've already had discussion on this particular issue, so we're not going to repeat discussion. What we will do is we will allow all the persons to cast their vote.
Mayor,
We are in the middle of a vote.
I understand, but I moved to motion.
Yes.
I moved to rescind this motion.
There is a motion and a second. You can cast your vote.
Are we not allowed the incidental motion after the main motion has been voted and
It's
seconded?
not an incidental motion.
Okay. But it is a motion that it is.
Now, the motion failed. Now, do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying?
It did, and
Okay, so the motion failed. More than likely, the motion was going to fail anyway.
I did like that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, because I hear what you're saying, but the bottom line is what I was trying to do is I was trying to get the council to understand the fullness of the motion. So, we will continue on with 9B1, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a CDBG program sub-recipient agreement with Cook County for a fire hydrant replacement project. TY 2024, project number 240707. This resolution authorizes the execution of the CDBG program recipient agreement for the replacement of non-functional fire hydrants throughout the city. There is a motion to approve by the third and a second by the second. Is there any debate? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion carried.
And that is resolution 3092.
Resolution 3092. Next is a motion to approve the settlement agreement and general release between Garland, Kennington, and the city of Harvey. This motion authorizes the agreed upon settlement for Garland, Kennington versus city of Harvey, case 1-22-CV-03759 for payment 90 days from date of approval. There's a motion by the third and a second by the first. There is no debate on this matter as it was discussed in executive session. The council may cast their votes. Motion carries. Next item, 3, an ordinance establishing administrative adjudication, hearing costs and filing fees. This ordinance amends the city code sections 2-28-250.
Point of order, Mayor, I'm sorry. I didn't get the resolution number, you didn't give it.
Did we have a resolution? We don't have a resolution number for that one.
Sorry.
That's okay. An ordinance establishing administrative adjudication, hearing costs and filing fees. This ordinance amends the city code sections 2-28-250, 2-30-100, 10-08-100 to establish hearing costs and filing fees for the city administrative adjudication system. There's a motion by the third and a second by the fifth. Is there any debate?
I move to refer this ordinance to the Finance Committee for further review and consideration.
Second.
All right. There is a motion to refer to the Finance Committee. The motion was by the fourth ward and second by, the motion was made by the second ward and It was seconded by the 4th Ward. There we go. Just call. This is non-debatable. You can go ahead and cast your votes. Failed. So we have a motion to approve, motion and second to approve the ordinance establishing administrative adjudication hearing costs and filing fees. There was a motion by the 3rd and second by the 5th. You may cast your votes. Motion carries.
And that is ordinance 3496.
3496. Next item is a resolution adopting the update of the Cook County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan. This resolution ensures the city is recognized by FEMA and remains eligible for hazard mitigation grant funding. There's a motion by the 3rd and second by the 5th. Is there any debate? Hearing none, please cast your votes. That motion passed.
And that is resolution 3093.
It's 3093. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance regarding the organization of the police department. This ordinance amends the executive structure of the police department, rescinding the decision to eliminate sergeants. Chair, there's a motion by the 1st and a second by the 3rd. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Motion carried.
That is ordinance number 3497.
3497. Next item is number 6, motion to approve memorandum of understanding between the Cook County Sheriff's Office and Harvey Police Department regarding the Sheriff's Treatment Response Team. This motion authorizes the collaboration between Harvey PD and the Cook County Sheriff's Office Treatment Response Team and outlines procedures by which to engage in real time for individuals identified in need of mental health and substance abuse services. There is a motion by the 1st, a second by the 3rd. Is there any debate?
Yes, Mayor.
Chair recognizes the 2nd ward.
Speaking as a member of the Public Safety Committee, could you best advise how we will funnel this information to the constituents based on if they're making a call in to 911, will they?
This is, excuse me, This is a debate.
I understand here, and the debate that's being presented here is,
That's not a debate. That is not a debate. That is out of order.
it's misunderstanding because
That is out of order. That is not a debate. Okay? The chair would hope that the second ward would come to order. That is not a debate. We will proceed. There is a motion by is there any other debate outside of the second ward? Hearing none, you may cast your votes. Motion passed, carries. There is no number for this as well. Next item is 7. Item 7, an ordinance authorizing the sale of surplus personal property owned by the city of Harvey. This ordinance authorizes the sale of an out-of-service 1979 E1 fire engine and a set of 2010 purchased extrication tools, cutter, spreader, power generator, and ram. There's a motion by the 3rd, second by the 5th. Is there any debate?
Yes.
Chair recognizes the 4th ward.
Yes, Mayor. I was just inquiring the information.
This is not an inquiry time, this is debate. Please state your position for why you support or deny the ordinance.
I would like to make a motion to move this to the Finance Committee.
Second.
This would not be a finance committee,
It's involving money.
this would not be a finance committee, item, but
Could you best advise?
what we can do is we will go ahead and we will accept your motion. You know, if there's a motion to accept second, but what they want to do is they want to have a motion to move it to the committee. So we will go ahead and recognize that motion in second.
What committee was that?
Finance.
Mayor.
There was a motion by the 4th, correct? Or was a motion by the 2nd?
Correct.
The motion was by the 4th, and the second was by the 2nd.
Mayor, may I ask you a question?
If it's possible for me to answer it at this time, yes.
Just so that we're best advised, there was a motion and a second, and it was referred to the finance committee, and you mentioned that would have been the best committee. So if you could best advise, which committee would this happen?
What I'm doing is, I'm not advising. I exceeded my authority as chair, in my opinion, and it would be best to let the council decide if they wanted to go to the finance committee or not.
Thank you.
So, no, that was clarification that was provided by the provided to the second.
I'll talk to him.
We have a motion by the 4th.
Sorry.
Please, let's stick to, I'm calling for the orders of the day, Alder Randle-El, meaning we have to stick to the agenda. That's calling for orders of the day, so you can't make various comments.
Can everyone please come to order? Thank you.
That's what calling the orders of
Thank
the
you.
day is.
Yes. Here's a motion by the fourth ward, and the second by the second, to send this motion to the finance committee. You may cast your votes. Motion failed. Now we go back to our motion to approve. We have a motion by the third and a second by the fifth. You may cast your votes. Motion carries.
And that is ordinance number 3498.
Ordinance number 3498. Next item is an ordinance. Next item is an ordinance approving an amendment to the zoning map at 17010 South Halsted from highway commercial to light manufacturing district, requested by Metro RTA Commuter Rail Division. This ordinance rectifies split zoning to establish practical permitted uses for the building. There's a motion by the first and second by the third. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your votes. Motion carries.
And that is ordinance number 3499.
3499. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance regarding the storage of nuisance materials on private and public property. This ordinance amends Harvey Code of Ordinances, Chapter 8-24, to regulate outdoor storage of certain materials and items on public and private property in the best interest of city citizens' health, safety, and welfare. We have a motion by the first, a second by the third. Is there any debate?
Yes, Mayor.
Chair recognizes the second ward.
Council, I want to express my deep concern regarding the proposed increase in fees. Previously or currently, the fee is at $10 and the maximum is $250. The proposed plan will increase these fees by more than 50%, beginning at $500 to $2,500. Comparatively, the city of Markham has a maximum fine of $500, and that's our starting point. While I understand the need for revenue, I believe these increases are burdensome to City of Harvey residents. The median income average here is $41,009. So with that in mind, could we offer a tiered fee system to implement a sliding scale based on income or household size?
So we're going to consider that to be a debate against, without the question. Without the question, the chair recognizes, without the question, the chair recognizes the first ward. Can we take a 10-minute recess? I really don't want to do that in between, but okay, we'll take a 10-minute recess. Thank you.
I was trying to wait.
Still with him, it sound like dog. Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, your name.
I'm giving my kids a share of one, but
We normally got the majority, so it's always the talk for me. It's the me fooling somebody.
there's a lot of foolishness going on here.
How you sitting up there voting on money being spent that you don't even know that you're spending it on? So I want them, I thought, I kept looking at him. Well, he ain't halfway there. Me too. Right, ain't halfway and that's just like, I want to see them pay bills like that. It's just, I'm going to charge you $500, just pay it. Don't ask questions, you just pay. Yeah, I'm going to send you a $500 bill, and don't ask no questions, just pay. Just go on and pay. Get it all out of the way. It's like, that don't make no sense.
So they took what they
They gave positive reasons because somebody back there had needs. Somebody gets punched. That's all. They can say what they want. Lie or say what ain't going on. That's what they do. Because ain't nobody gonna be eager to pay something that you don't know what you're paying. Oh, it was going to be 20 something. Every time you smile, amazing, I stopped bringing the bag.
That was
some people. That's what I'm thinking, like, that's what pissed me off. Yeah, that's in my notes. I mean, my comment. Yeah, we somebody looking at the end. And the purchase would have been from the beginning, purchasing. Well, a requisition, same thing.
One of the times they never even tried to access it. They never tried to bring it up.
When did you start? When you got that case?
That's what I thought, yeah. He's been against Clark.
No. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This either November, it should be coming up November, and his non-profit watch will be over. Once that non-profit, that's okay. Non-profit card, that means in his case, all of the stuff related to stopped showing up. And she stopped showing up around the time he had 1.5 check rate. Yeah. I believe somebody got paid. This Saturday? No, some of them are.
October 5th.
You smoke it.
All right, we will call this meeting back to order. It is 8:36 p.m. All of the aldermen will mark themselves present. Once again, we have a quorum. So we are back at number 9, which is an ordinance regarding the storage of nuisance material. But didn't we do a, motion to turn over second?
We were in the back.
Yeah, we weren't, no, we wouldn't do that. No, we weren't in closed session. We're going back to where we were in number 9. So we had a motion to send it, I believe, to, what was the motion?
You were in the middle of a debate, Alderperson Colby Chapman debated her state, and then they requested we debate my state.
Okay, we need to get to you then.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so the chair recognizes the first ward.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Colleagues, I'm going to ask you to vote in support of this ordinance, and I'm going to briefly explain my reasoning. We have an establishment in the first ward right off of Halsted. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they had a storage unit. Now, this storage unit was used for a multi-use unit. Whereas, after hours, they would conduct private parties. They also apparently had some access to a scanner that anytime the police were called, that the music would get lowered down. But it kept this particular neighborhood up. I even went in this alley numerous times, and I did not hear the music, but as soon as I left, it went up. Find out, it was not a storage unit. It reflected, it looked like it to the outside, but it was not. So with this being said, this is not the only unit in the first ward. I have large containers on people's residency, in their driveways. I have people that are using them as drug or illegal activities. So that is why I don't want the fine to be minute. I want a hefty fine. Because we all know, the good citizens of Harvey knows the rights and the wrongs of what we should be doing and what we should not be, regardless of our income status. So therefore, I'm going to ask you that any storage unit that is a nuisance, such as the one that I described, like others that I'm sure that I know I have in my first ward, and I'm confident if it's in the first ward, it's in all the other wards, that could be a nuisance. So, they know better. The question is do we? So I'm gonna ask your support in voting for this ordinance. Thank you.
Point of order, Mayor.
What's the point of order?
I move that we refer this.
We've already had a motion on this, haven't we had to refer it somewhere?
We're in debate, get a motion.
We didn't do a motion to refer it to somewhere else
No.
on this one? Okay, just keep it
We
up.
did not.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So I move to refer this to the finance committee, not because, I'm not saying that the fines should not be increased. What I am saying is that we should offer a tiered approach based on the, current economic, climate of our community. Again, the median income average here is $41,009 comparatively to the city of Markham. The maximum fee starts at $500. The maximum fee here is $2,500. Your average everyday citizen will not be able to afford this.
Madam Alderwoman, I'm sorry, we will accept the motion. However, you're being redundant because you've already stated that in your debate. So if you'd like to formalize a motion to do so, we will accept that. We would need a second.
Second.
There's a motion by the foreman, excuse me, a second, and a second by the foreman to move this item to the finance committee. Again, the motion is by the second, and the second is by the fourth. You may cast your votes. Okay. Motion failed. So now we have a motion to approve. The motion was by the first, and the second, by the third. You may cast your votes. Motion carries.
And that is ordinance number 3500.
Next item on the agenda Next item on the agenda is a motion to approve an independent contractor agreement for construction services by and between Anchor Heavy Civil LLC and the city of Harvey, Roby Avenue storm pipe replacement. This motion authorizes the city to enter into an agreement with Anchor Heavy Civil LLC to replace the Roby Avenue storm pipe according to bid number 2024-07-01. It's a motion by the third, second by the fifth. Is there any debate?
Yes, Mayor.
Chair recognizes the second ward.
Colleagues, I'm gonna move to refer this ordinance to the finance committee for further review and consideration because I did not see that this was a competitive bid. Only saw Anchor Heavy Civil LLC listed within our alderperson package. And this project is greater than 10,000 according to the bills list of October 16th.
So, we don't. Motion by the second ward. Second move to the finance committee. The second by the second. Fourth, excuse me. And just so that the council may know, all legal requirements regarding this particular construction project have been followed. So, so there's a motion by the second and a second by the fourth. You may cast your votes. Motion fails. We have a motion to approve. Item number 10 is the motion by the third and the second by the fifth. You may cast your votes. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is public comment. We would ask that, well, first of all, public comment is encouraged and appreciated. This is the only opportunity for the public to address the city council on agenda items and other city-related business. In order to accomplish all business on the agenda, and be respectful of everyone's time, council members will not engage in dialogue with individual members of the audience, and no immediate action will be taken on any public comment issue. Public comment, no speaker may donate his or her time to another speaker. Comments shall be courteous and respectful at all times. No person may use public comment for the purpose of campaign or advertisement. This is not a question and answer time, and council cannot engage in conversation with the public. Questions and concerns about operations should be addressed with city staff during regular business hours. When your name is called, please proceed to the podium and state your name. If you choose or not, you may state your address. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Also, I'm going to call a name, and I will call the following name. We request that the following name be ready to speak when the name before it is complete. So, our first person for public comment is Sharon McGee, followed by M. King Jr.
Good evening. 3 minutes is never enough. I wanted to say first to Alderman Shirley that you said earlier that this government has been running like this since 1982. Man, we're $160 million in the hole. We may want to try something different sometime. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So y'all really are just voting for these bills willy-nilly. I said it before, I said it again. You, sir, I want to say it loud and proud that it's your sister that's over there squatting next to me. I've been fussing, ain't I? It's his sister. Letting the dog out to shit in my yard, good Lord. So it's him. Yeah.
Can we please just use proper language? Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, now, back to this right here, because I got 2 minutes now. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow residents of Harvey, today I stand before you not just as a voice, but as a united will of a community that demands better. We demand honesty, transparency, and respect from our leaders, values that are foundations of public service. Today, we must make it clear that enough is enough. Mayor Christopher Clark has crossed the line, a line that no public servant should ever approach. The recent politically motivated arrest of Alderman Colby Chapman is not only an act of cowardice, it is an undeniable abuse of power. Her arrest for a so-called false police report was nothing more than a reckless attempt to silence a voice that dared to challenge him, to raise concerns about his questionable spending, and to stand for the well-being of our community. Mayor Clark's actions show us with stark clarity his willingness to trample over the rights of his own colleagues to protect his fragile grip on power. If he can treat his own peers with such disregard, what does that say about us and how he views us, the people that he's sworn to serve? This is not just a disagreement. This is gross negligence of duty. Instead of fostering a city government built on accountability and mutual respect, Mayor Christopher Clark has chosen to bring. Somebody turn my mic off. I'm gonna need my minutes. Mayor Christopher Clark has chosen to bring hostility and fear. Instead of leading us with dignity, he has shown us only manipulation, contempt, and shocking lack of integrity. Harvey deserves a leader who will lift this city up, not drag it down in clouds of scandal and misconduct. So let it be known today, we are demanding the immediate resignation of Mayor Christopher J. Clark.
Thank you.
People of Harvey.
Thank you. Next is M. King Jr., followed by Eddie, followed by Ryan Stambelski.
$160 million is a true thing. But worse than $160 million is what I would call yes men, followers, people following the mice down the hole, following down a rat trap, and letting our city go straight down the tubes to Hades. I'd say something else, but as a minister, I don't want to say those kind of words. I'll say it this way. It is just garbage. One of the Republicans said it today against people from South America. And I say this is garbage, right? Because you supposed to have a sergeant of arms, and you're spending millions of dollars for police department in the city council. Where's the sergeant of arms? Is there one here? You're supposed to have a treasurer. Where's the treasurer? Sitting on the sideline where you guys are figuring out about the money. Well, I got an idea. This is also a reason for the 2nd and 4th Ward aldermen always attacked by the mayor. Home rule is a dictator's dream for the king of Harvey. For we didn't vote for a controller. We did not vote for a controller. We vote for a treasurer. We're paying for the treasurer. Why are we paying for the treasurer and we're paying for all these offices in here? I don't have anything against an office. I was the chief at one time. What I'm telling you now is this is wrong. This is totally wrong. We don't need this kind of intimidation in here. We don't. We have a democracy. We should petition to make the control position an elected one under the control of the treasurer. This is presently the only course of action we have for financial accountability in the city of Harvey. We need accountability, responsibility, and get rid of waste and all of these false controls in the police state. We're not the Gestapo, we're not Hitler, we're not a third world country, you're the United States of America. And Harvey is in the middle of the United States of America, and we can't take these kind of things from people. The treasurer must be the one who stands in charge, and people must report to the treasurer. That includes the police department, the fire department, the street department. Yes, the controller, everybody. Administration, everybody who works under the mayor should be getting a report to the treasurer, and the treasurer be given this information. This information should be coming from a person who's the 6th Ward alder person that I ran against, was a crook, rapist and all that. I'll say it. Yes, he was a rapist and got away with it. And guess what? He's in control of this. Yes, I know I'm getting out. I can't get lower because I'm telling you this. I don't care how it irritates your ears because it has to be heard. When you got this kind of corruption in our city and these good policemen are being used as puppets, they're not part of a security service for Harvey. These are the City of Harvey Police Department. and you can't use them for this kind of thing. That's why I say this. We need freedom. We need freedom, and we need rights from this kind of thing. We don't need home rule. I'll be number one to petition to get rid of home rule. I'll be walking on the streets, Walgreens, Costco, all those stores that are closed down, I'll be right in front of the ones. And not only that, the people in that fire, whoever got hurt or died is because of the city of Harvey, because you didn't have an inspector for the fire hydrant.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor, please. However, persons in attendance are not allowed to act in an unreasonable manner that alarms or disturbs another, provokes a breach of the peace. This can include loud noises, clapping, speaking out, or interrupting during the city council meeting. One may not impede the performance of official duties. If we continue to have an outburst, we're going to clear the room and have everyone leave. So please remain calm and allow everyone to finish their public comment, please.
Next is Ryan Samwelski, followed by Jonathan Johnson.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ryan Samwelski. I'm with the Harvey Historical Society, also a resident of Harvey. I just wanted to start by making sure everyone knows that related to my arrest in June in this very room, the City Council meeting, that the charges against me were dismissed because, as my lawyer said, the state's attorney recognized it was a miscarriage of justice. Yes, I'm looking at you, Mr. Lawyer, Mayor Clark. Just wanted to make that clear. I heard there were some rumors being spread around or something that I couldn't come to City Hall or something because I was right. That absolutely not. The city was found to be in the wrong, so just wanted to clear that. The mayor and city council tonight, they should not have granted a zoning change for the Metro warehouse at 17010 Halsted Street. Let me explain why. Metro should have looked at the zoning already when it bought the warehouse during Mayor Clark's first term. This warehouse will bring no jobs to Harvey and it will not pay any taxes. Wasn't it Mayor Clark who's been shutting businesses down because he says he needs more tax money? Then why are you trying to give Metro this huge warehouse tax-free in an area right off I-80? This area is right by the casino and should be used for hotels, restaurants, and other businesses that make tax money for Harvey. By the way, this means that every Harvey resident will pay more in taxes because Metro they just voted to give Metro this huge tax-free building. Why? It's already been in the news. Go Google it. The I-Team did an investigation that showed Metro wasted millions of dollars on this building that cannot be accounted for. Who is standing to gain from this warehouse? It's the old Wicks warehouse, by the way. It certainly won't help Harvey residents. Is it benefiting Mayor Clark? Is it benefiting Metro? We need more answers, more transparency. I want to talk a little bit as well about the huge fire that happened yesterday in Harvey. It was devastating. Several families are now homeless. What's even more shocking is that the city of Harvey owns 15517 Center Avenue, the townhome where the fire began. The property was given to the city of Harvey in 2017 in lieu of demolition. Hey, I run the Historical Society. I'm all about saving and restoring historic buildings. I'm not saying to demolish the building, but if you can't find a buyer or you can't afford to fix it up right away, then at least secure it. Turn off the utilities. You board it up. You make sure it waits until you have the money to put the building back into use. People do this all the time. Mayor Clark campaigned on promises to secure all the vacant property in Harvey. Do you remember that? During his first term, there was even a group of volunteers that started boarding up properties to help the city. Do you remember that? Not only did Mayor Clark not participate, he harassed and intimidated the volunteers. Why? These unsecured properties are fire dangers and disasters waiting to happen. These residents are now homeless. And we have lost more irreplaceable historic buildings in Harvey because of the behavior of this city government. A witness on the scene says that firefighters waited 40 minutes before they started fighting the fire. Why, in God's name? The building is 1 block away from the fire station. How in the world was this fire allowed to burn out of control and cause this much devastation? Did someone tell our firefighters to hold off? When I asked to speak to Mayor Clark at the scene yesterday, he turned his back to me and chose to laugh with his buddies while fire victims were distraught nearby.
Thank you.
This is not okay, and we demand answers. Thank you, Mayor Clark.
Next on the agenda is Jonathan Johnson, followed by Chappelle Hooks.
I would like to just start by saying that the arrest of Alderwoman Colby Chapman was one that I believe was an injustice, especially here in the city of Harvey. The police department lawsuit, we know for sure, that's why you and Biddings looked at each other when you rescinded the fact that the officers, you were rescinding the termination or terming the officers. We know that's the reason why we looked at each other for the sergeants to come back to work. So we know what that was about. In 1980, Jawinski, you made a comment in reference to 1980. I thank you for attaching yourself to all of the crooked crimes of money and financial issues that happen here in the city, and you're still sitting in that seat. I'll do whatever I can to help you get unseated because of that reason only. Fifth Ward, you've said countless times over and over again in these very meetings, stay calm, be cool. And you jump up, I gotta pee, like a little kid going to in the classroom. I was really floored because you realized that would clear the room a little bit. And these antics and these games you guys play with these locked quorums, that's why it's so funny and it's so humorous, because you realize you've already met before the meeting. Well, voting time is coming soon. It's coming soon and your games are gonna be over. And I'm telling you, just as sure as God is my witness, He will prevail against all of the hell that you're causing the people of Harvey. You will not be seated. And I can declare and decree it over each and every one of your lives. I declare and decree it. I'll use my time. Let that soak. You're already fighting issues with yourself. You don't need this on yourself. It's amazing to me how we talk about redundancy when redundancy is something that keeps happening every time y'all vote. Redundantly saying yes. I will make sure the people of Harvey galvanize to redundantly vote you out those chairs. Let that soak. It never ceased to amaze me how Americans sit there, smile and smirk and talk, but we can't clap. He can disregard the people that get up here that have voted him in, but we can't talk. Justice will be served. Good night.
Next is Chappelle Books, followed by Aisha Pitt.
Good evening, Harvey. Good evening. Y'all know I'm Chappelle Hooks. 51-year resident. Never seen nothing like this. When you became an alderman, you fought and fought and fought, or rather played the game as if everything was so corrupt and you needed all this transparency and everything, but you didn't give it when you got in office in 2019. Randle-El, you know, because he was playing y'all. Tyrone, Marshawn, y'all was playing games. Back when you were an alderwoman, back in 2015 and all that, y'all had y'all little 4 people pact, you know, where y'all was going to bring Harvey to a demise under the administration, Kellogg administration. You guys voted no on everything. The streets being fixed, lighting being fixed, new businesses coming. Y'all voted no on everything. Yes, y'all did, everything. I was at these meetings. Cook County begged y'all to do all these different projects. Now, all of a sudden, there's such a great idea under this administration. Come on now, quit playing. Y'all, and then all of a sudden, you flip-flopping now? Randle-El? He was dogging y'all 2019. Now, all of a sudden, it's yes, yes, and yes. What deals y'all cut? We need to know. Then y'all talking about all this stuff about you're begging them to do this private property thing. Y'all gonna mess around and get somebody killed. Because private property is what it is, private property. Y'all want them to be able to have the right to go on people's property. Y'all gonna get somebody killed for real. Y'all, and y'all just gonna sit back and think it's all cool in this games. No, it's not no game. People work hard for what they got and what they paid for, and if you think you just gonna call your dogs out and just go on their property and do whatever they want to do, no. It don't work that way. You can't do that. Y'all violating so many rights. It's ridiculous. But y'all was kicking about, oh, Kellogg violating our rights and Kellogg is doing this to us. Look what y'all doing to us. The ones y'all beg for votes. But I guess it's all nice and pretty because he's trying to run for township. And he's running for trustee. And she's running for trustee. So I guess it's all just, let's be nice and smile.
Thank you.
We'll see if y'all.
Next up is Aisha Pickett. Before we make a statement, Madam Treasurer, I will just say that it's not customary for an elected official to go into public comment, but we are making an exception in this particular case. Madam Treasurer, you may proceed.
Thank you. First, I want to apologize to whoever residents or constituents I may have taken their place for speaking during public comment. I know it's for you guys, but because I am not afforded the same opportunity as the alderman and the mayor to speak, I come before you during public comment again. It's not normal, but it is what it is. Although I will not be giving numbers, there are a few items of concern that I would like to speak on. On July 31st, 2024, I received an email from Illinois Department of Transportation that was immediately forwarded to Council and Comptroller. It inquired about the $1,666,183.26 of Rebuild Illinois funds that the city has received. To date, I have not received a response, and I'm not aware if a response was given to IDOT. This raises a question that I have asked before of who is keeping record of the expenditures of grants awarded to the city. On September 18, 2024, the council, clerk, comptroller, and I received a notice of forced audit of 2022 annual financial report, audit report, and tax increment financing reports from the state comptroller's office. A response to the notice was due by October 17, 2024. I did ask the council and comptroller if there was a discussion of or response to the notice. It was not until before the meeting today that I was informed that the city is utilizing the previous firm to conduct the audit of the 2022 records. Hopefully the state comptroller's office was notified timely in lieu of the notice of forced audit. Hopefully somebody responded. Lastly, I recently found that I was not included as an authorized signer or given access to the city's Illinois Metropolitan Investment Fund, which is a blatant disregard of the authority and responsibility of my office. I am humbly requesting that we improve our communication, cooperation, and cooperation amongst us. That is all.
Now, I want to say, if we do that one more time, and I want to ask that Alderman, that we clear the floor. I know what you did, and you're not being recognized.
I'm a resident.
Please don't, please
I
respect
was
the
asked
chair.
to speak as a
Please
resident,
respect,
not
please
as
respect the chair.
as a resident.
Please respect the chair.
Respect all of
That's
them.
out. Next item on the public comment is M. Jones Shelton, followed by Glennis James Watson.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Margaret, and I been in this town since I was about 8 years old. My dad moved us here. I've never, this city is in the worst condition it's ever been in. I remember when Clark, you ran for mayor and you ran on the platform saying that you were going to take care of these abandoned buildings and so forth, and it's, most blocks is just deplorable. 15517 Center caught on fire yesterday. For whatever reason, there was still electricity running through that building. There were squatters in there for a long time. There were several complaints made. Nothing was done about it. In addition to that, there were families living in the building next door. 4 families were displaced as a result of that. When the fire department arrived on the scene, it took them about 30 to 45 minutes to start putting the fire out because they did not have access to water. They had to go blocks over to get water. They had to go blocks over to get water. I read that I've been working with the families. One of the families is my daughter. I've been working with them to get some assistance along with Alderman Colby. She's reached out and she's been working to get some assistance. I also read that there was some assistance that was being given out here at the city. No one from the city of Harvey, the mayor's office, no one has reached out to any of the families to see what they need, how they could help, how many people was there, nothing. So if there was anything, any assistance being given, please let me know so that I can make sure that the families are made aware. I can give you their contact information, whatever it is, but for those hydrants to not be able to provide the water, whether it was not enough water, the pressure, whatever it is, that's unacceptable, and they do deserve answers for that. Thank you.
All right.
Next is Glennis James Watson, followed by, I think it's Sharon Dooley.
Good evening, my name is Glennis James Watson. I'm a resident of the First Ward. Before I start, I want to read this. This is Mark 4:23, and it states, if anyone has ears to hear, let them hear. And the reason I'm saying that is because people who have gone before me have already said most of what is in my comments for this evening. So that must mean there's something that needs to be heard. And so if you have an ear, you need to hear what the residents are saying. In a mere 8 days, there will be an election for various offices, but most notably, the office of the President of the United States of America. The outcome of this election has the potential to significantly change the structure and operation of our nation as we know it. While voting on November 5th for the POTUS is important, I would like to impress upon us that the fact that local elections actually have the most impact on our daily lives. Vice President Kamala Harris or former President Donald Trump should either be elected. Neither will have a direct impact on our Cook County property taxes. Nor did the President of the United States have anything to do with the inoperable fire hydrants that have hampered the extinguishment of the fire on 155th and Central that left 11 people displaced and 1 woman hospitalized. Both of these issues are local, municipal and county. Thus, it is vitally important that we pay attention to what's going on in our immediate vicinity, and when the time comes, it is vitally important that we vote in local elections. There are local and municipal elections scheduled to take place in 2025 and in 2027. We have to pay attention to the people who are in office now and those who seek office and do our research to vet them to make sure that they are the people we want to serve us. Take notes. I created this little spreadsheet for myself, and I'm going to keep track of what is going on. And this is not just for the city council, it's for all the elected officials that are going on in our vicinity. Because by the time, so when election time comes around, I won't have to rely on my memory. I'll have documentations on how they voted, their attendance records, and whether or not our lives and the lives of the constituents were made better or worse during their tenure in office. Because we know that when election time rolls around, they're going to try to sway our opinion with turkey dinners and promises to cure cancer. What is going on in Harvey and several other South End communities is crazy. Doing the same thing over and over, yet expecting different results, that's the definition of crazy. Let's break the cycle of crazy in our
Next
upcoming
is
elections.
Sharon Dooley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Dooley, and I'm the Public Affairs Specialist with Small Business Administration Office of Disaster. That's a lot to say, so we're going to say SBA disaster. We were deployed out for the July 13th through 16th storm that came through. All Harvey included, but all of Cook County is under presidential disaster declaration. So we came out in conjunction with FEMA to let everybody know the resources that are available. So we offer long-term mortgage loans to homeowners, renters, businesses of all sizes, and most nonprofits. These loans are 15 to 30 years to pay back. For homeowners and renters, it would be interest rate could be as low as 2.688%. For businesses, as low as 4%, and then for nonprofits, 3.25. I did say they're long-term, like 15 to 30 years. No interest for the first 12 months. No payment due until the 12th month after they receive your initial loan proceeds. And for loans $50,000 and under, they're asking for no collateral. This is to repair any damage for homeowners to their primary home. For renters, it could be your personal property, your clothing, your furniture, or your vehicle. They may qualify up for $100,000. Homeowners may qualify for up to $500,000 to repair their home, damage to their home. $100,000 for their personal property as well. And then a business, the maximum business can apply for is $2 million, but businesses have two types of loans. It's the physical, like everybody else, and then it's the economic injury disaster loan, which we call EIDL. The deadline to apply for the physical loans are November 19th. That is for everybody. So November 19th is the deadline. They can apply online at sba.gov/disaster. Or we do have 4 centers. We have a BRC located at 332 South Michigan Avenue, Suite 16. We have another one, DRC, which FEMA's in there as well, and that is at 620 Kedzie Avenue. We have another one at the Beverly Community Center, which is 3031 South 25th Avenue in Broadview. And then we have another one at the Village of Homewood Auditorium at 2010 Chestnut Road, and that's in Homewood. So we encourage everybody to go ahead and apply. You don't have to take these loans if you're approved. I always say it's better to have the resources and not need them, to need them, can't get them because of that deadline. So we are here, like I said, we ask for 3 things. Ability to repay these loans is 1. Credit history satisfactory SBA. Because our loans come directly from the federal government, that means no bank is involved. So you can have a credit score as low as 575 to 580 and still be approved for one of these loans. Then the third thing we ask is that you obtain and maintain any type of insurance that is required. So if you're a homeowner, you're going to have homeowners insurance. If you're now in a flood zone, they're going to ask you to get flood insurance. But that's what we offer. I'm here for questions afterwards. So please stop by and see if you can. I can help you anyway. Last thing, I ask for any elected officials and community leaders, please help us get this word out to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the street department for the phenomenal job they did to clean up. For those who are not aware, we do have a fall and a spring cleanup as well. So if you were not able to make the fall cleanup, there will be a spring cleanup to come. I also want to bring to everyone's attention that we now have a video newsletter presented by the City of Harvey, by our Communications Department, and it specifically is on some of our social media platforms, our Facebook page, I believe our YouTube page as well. So we also have the written version of the newsletter. We now have a video version of it as well. extremely excited about this particular project because it's been approximately 40 years since this particular station has received the amount of love that it has gotten over these past few years. There's a variety of changes, and as you drive by on 147th Street, you can see it. From what I understand, actually, the station is open now, but we're officially doing the ribbon cutting tomorrow. So we're very happy about that, and we're happy for the residents and also for the people in the region who use this particular metro. When I got in office, there were many complaints about it. They were not able to necessarily fix all the things. This is one of the things that we've been able to take care of. So we're very proud of that. Also coming up soon will be a celebration and ribbon cutting of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Senior buildings here in Harvey off of 151st and Roby. We don't have an exact date yet because that is still being planned. But just like the YMCA building on the 155th and Center was redone with approximately $35 million through the city, Cook County, and HUD. The same thing is now happening with the Jesse Jackson Jr. building on 151st and Roby with those same indices, but it's not $35 million because this building was in much better shape than the YMCA. Nevertheless, it is, I think approximately, may not be exactly $19 million, but it's somewhere close within that. So we are very happy about that as well, and we look forward to the residents of the Jesse Jackson Jr. East and West buildings being able to celebrate basically the renovation of their homes. I want to thank the fire department and all of our firefighters and also all of the other fire departments that came out to deal with the fire on 155th and Center. Specifically to you, Chief, thank you for the work that you guys did. It was very important, and one thing that I've said about being a firefighter is kind of like being a police officer. You're volunteering to run into a burning building, and it's a very unique profession. And many people are not willing to do it, but we are glad that we do have the fire department to do so. We do have adequate water, and we do have adequate materials so that we can have a proper response to fire, regardless of what someone may want to say. And once again, we're glad that we have the fire department to do it. Our fire department is always known to be top-notch and one of the best within the Southland. That has not changed. So once again, I'm very proud of what they did on that particular day, and the fact that they were able to marshal and get the responses from so many other jurisdictions. We have started to, I think someone mentioned it, to try to collect any items or donations on behalf of Madam County, please. We have started to collect donations on behalf of those who have been impacted by the fire. And if you do have donations that you would like to donate, you can bring them to City Hall. Because we have been working through Red Cross, and we're going to try to work through Catholic Charities as well to try to provide as much as we can for those who were impacted by the fire. Finally, let me just say that while I could say many other things, I would just appreciate that regardless of what one may feel about the specific leadership in this city, that we still try to look at it as a situation of a glass half full versus a glass half empty. We do have, once again, a lot of people who work in this city. You can take it out on me. My shoulders are broad enough to handle it. I'm okay with that. But we do have a lot of people that work in this city to try to do everything they possibly can to try to make sure that the quality of life of the people here in the city of Harvey is improved. While you may choose to say whatever it is that you want to say about me, because it just rolls off my back like wild on a duck back, please don't take it out on the people who do the hard work here in the city.
I'm sorry.
For the fun. All right. City of Harvey, yeah, Harvey Police Department is holding its trunk or treat Thursday, October 31st, 2024, from 3 o'clock p.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. The best costume contest for boys and girls starts at 5 o'clock p.m. Contest for best decorated city vehicle. The Harvey Police Department will be giving away candy, and participants are also welcome to share individually wrapped candy as well. This, of course, will take place at Harvey City Hall, 15320 Broadway, Harvey, Illinois, 60426. For more information, you can call 708-331-3030. That's 708-331-3030. And on to more fun within our community. We have the Thanksgiving Turkey Giveaway, Saturday, November 23rd, 2024, from 12 o'clock noon to 2 p.m. at Harvey City Hall, 15320 Broadway Avenue, Harvey, Illinois, 60426. You can visit our website, cityofharveyil.gov, for more details, and it is for Harvey residents only. Do we register for this one? Anyone? No? First come, first serve. First come, first serve. So make sure you get there early, okay? Because the way they say, the early bird gets the worm, and the late bird won't get no turkey. So make sure you get there in time. We also have a Christmas toy drive coming up. Is that correct? So I don't have that information for me, but I can tell you where you can find that information. You can go to cityofharveyil.gov, and you can find the information about the toy giveaway, because from what I understand, that one you do have to register for, am I correct? And registration is going on now? Yes. As we speak. So once again, go to cityofharveyil.gov to register for the Christmas toy drive. We're also going to have a Christmas tree lighting on that same day, and a few refreshments for our distinguished guests, which will be our resident. Now that I've changed the tone, let me just say this before I ask for a motion to adjourn. We just gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're just gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna keep on making this city the great city that it is. For everybody sitting over here, and for those who are willing to support what we're doing, I want to thank you very much for everything that you do. We've not been able to do it as fast as we would like to do, because, as you know, I like things done yesterday, but we haven't been able to do so. But the one thing is for sure is the city is doing some phenomenal work. I want to thank the residents who continue to express support for what we're trying to do here in the city, so that because they see and they recognize, and as we go door to door and as we speak to some of the residents, they tell us. They also provide us with letters and cards, and just words of encouragement. So we're going to keep on hanging on to that. I am going to ask finally that for those who would love to do so, that you would keep us in your prayers, keep us in your thoughts. We will do the same for you. There is a song, what does it say? I'll pray for you, you pray for me. That's exactly how we are in the city of Harvey. And when we learn that we need each other, I think we will be better off. But on that note, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. There's a motion by the fifth, second by the third. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Those who are opposed, hearing none, we are adjourned. It's 9:30 p.m. Thank you very much.